Tonight, a report on a man found guilty in a 2013 murder, and an upcoming food drive will benefit 2 Grant County food banks. What's happening in sports, Bob?
We wrap up local state volleyball and soccer action, and the Mariners make another trade. Let's take a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Good evening, everyone. We still have some showers, strong wind gusts across our region, heavy rainfall for the Cascades, and some snow showers. We will have big change in temperatures, and another system approaches. I'll have all the details just ahead.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A jury deliberated for about 4 hours before finding Anthony Vasquez guilty of murder in a 2013 shooting in Moses Lake. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
A reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Anthony Rene Vasquez, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
A jury found Anthony Vasquez guilty of killing Juan Garcia. The jury rendered a verdict on Monday evening after roughly 4 hours of deliberation. Vasquez, a 25-year-old Moses Lake resident, was convicted of murder, unlawful possession of a firearm, 3 counts of drive-by shooting, and tampering with a witness. Vasquez shot Garcia, a 22-year-old man, in the head with a shotgun while Garcia was sitting in an SUV outside of the airport grocery mart on Patton Boulevard. A woman and a child were in the SUV at the time of the murder. Jurors heard closing arguments in the trial Monday morning. Vasquez is going to be sentenced on December 7th in Ephrata. Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
A man was robbed at gunpoint at a dairy near Warden early Monday morning. The victim told police he was working at the dairy in the 8900 block of State Route 17 when 2 men in masks and dark clothing came up behind him. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, one suspect reportedly had a gun and the other a knife. The suspects put the gun to the victim's back and the knife to his neck. They forced him to walk to his car where the 2 men stole his wallet with $300 and his cell phone. The 2 men took the victim's car keys and threw them to keep the victim from following them and then fled on foot. The victim was not injured. Police searched the area but could not find the suspects. Chief Moses Middle School and Columbia Basin Tech Center students were recently recognized by the Moses Lake School Board. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
Students from Chief Moses Middle School and the Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center were recognized for their contributions to the district during the last Moses Lake School Board meeting. 4 Chief Mo students received certificates of achievement for their role in last month's Unity Day celebration to address bullying, while CB Tech's new multimedia class was recognized for their role in creating videos spotlighting other schools across the district. The school board requested annual reports from all Moses Lake schools during the 2015 school year, and Superintendent Michelle Price challenged the multimedia class to come up with a way to assist in the process.
They have worked tirelessly. Even yesterday, while most people were home, they were in class working on their projects, teaming together so that they could finish some of the projects that they had timelines for.
CB Tech instructor Vance Frost said his students rose to the challenge and created projects which help highlight what's going on in the Moses Lake School District.
Every one of these kids joined the class, and this is only my 5th year of teaching. Most wonderful family and community of kids representing so many diverse groups, and they didn't let traditional cliques get in the way. They just came together and they worked together so wonderfully. I look forward to getting in that classroom every day.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
1 person was injured in a collision on State Route 283, about 1 mile east of George. Gustavo Tillada Morales, a 48-year-old Beverly man, was driving a 2000 Chevrolet Malibu south on SR 283 on Friday evening when he reportedly ran a stop sign at the State Route 281 spur. According to the Washington State Patrol, the Chevrolet collided with a 1997 Saturn SL2 in the intersection. Morales and his 45-year-old passenger were not hurt. The driver of the Saturn, 59-year-old Thomas Rasmussen, was injured and taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center. Morales was arrested for DUI and issued a ticket for failing to stop at the stop sign. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cristina Sanchez with your local weather segment brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Within the next 24 hours, we do expect to have a big change in temperatures. For tonight, we continue to be under high wind warning with sustained winds between 30 to 45 miles per hour within our Columbia Basin. Wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour, especially in the east slopes of the Cascades and within our region. Light accumulation of snow for the overnight hours, especially in higher elevations. Cold fronts will bring a big change in temperatures. Temperatures dropping within the next 24 hours. For today, we did have warm fronts moving through that brought those high temperatures right around the low 60s, close to breaking that record high temperature for us here in Ephrata. Set back in 1976, the high was 63. Today's high for us right around the low 60s. This morning, average lows in the upper 20s. Our morning low temperature was 39 degrees for us here in Ephrata, and for you in Moses Lake, you broke that record high temperature set back in 1999. The record high was 57, and today's high right around 60 degrees for you in Moses Lake. Your average high is in the mid 40s. Low temperature this morning right around the low 40s. Average low is in the upper 20s. Temperatures right now are right around the low 50s across the area. Sustained winds from the southwest between 30 to 45 miles per hour, and of course we continue to have those strong wind gusts. Across the U.S., there is the frontal boundary bringing strong showers and thunderstorms in the lower Mississippi Valley. This system will continue to push out into the eastern portions of the U.S., so possible weather-related delays within the lower Mississippi Valley, Tennessee, and Ohio Valley within the next 24 hours. There is also some snow showers going on throughout the night in the Central Plains. As we take a closer view within our area, we do have this system that is bringing moderate rainfall, heavy rainfall throughout the night for the Cascades and the Yakima. Higher elevations along the Cascades throughout the night. This rain turning into snow showers, and they will have some light snow accumulation throughout the night. Wednesday, improving conditions across the area, but for Wednesday afternoon, once again, especially in higher elevations along the Cascades, there will be once again some snow showers for us. We will have that cloud cover. We'll continue to stay dry as we go into Wednesday, but for tonight, we continue to be under this high wind warning with wind gusts between 50 to 70 miles per hour, especially in the east slopes of the Cascades. Now for us, we do continue to have those sustained winds up to 40-45 miles per hour. High temperatures for Wednesday in the Yakima in the low 50s, plenty of sunshine, mostly cloudy skies out to the west. Seattle highs right around the upper 40s. In the northwest, staying dry for this Wednesday with plenty of sunshine, highs in the low 40s. As we take a closer view, we do expect to have high temperatures right around the mid 40s, so we'll definitely feel that drop in temperatures. Plenty of sunshine on Wednesday, Thursday, chance of showers.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Ah, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go Flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Warden's girls soccer appeared poised for a deep postseason run. The team sported a 16-3-1 record and had Knott's League and District Championships on their belt before they stepped out on the pitch for a first-round state match with Okanagan. But it was all Bulldogs in this one as the team from up north blew past the Cougars 6-2 to knock Warden out of the playoffs. Okanagan dominated first half play up 5-0 at the break on a gusty afternoon in Warden. The Bulldogs picked up where they left off in the first half, scoring a goal 1 minute into the second half of play to push their lead to 6-0. The Cougars came alive in the last 10 minutes of the fuss, scoring back-to-back goals by Brenna Whitney and Jenna Mendoza in a 2-minute period, but it was too little too late, and the season came to an end for Warden Soccer with an earlier than expected exit from the state playoffs. Warden Volleyball dropped 2 of 3 matches at the 2B state playoffs at the Yakima Sun Dome over the weekend and was eliminated from tournament play. The Cougars got off on the right foot, defeating Onalaska in 5 sets in an early 8 a.m. match Friday morning. Warden was then shut out 3-0 by Christian Life Academy in an evening round 2 matchup. The loss bounced the Cougars into the consolation side of the bracket. Warden took on Friday Harbor Saturday in a loser-out game, and it was the Cougars coming up on the short end of a 3-1 score. Elia Enrique led the Cougar effort with 35 kills, 8 aces, and 19 blocks. Alicia Gonzalez added 24 kills and was 39 for 39 at the serve line. Janiyah Kisler finished with 22 kills, 4 aces, 6 blocks, and 62 digs in tournament play. Despite not placing at state, Warden did have an outstanding season, finishing as league champs with a 10-0 record. The Cougars were 22-7 overall and district runner-up to Waterville. Well, Trader Jerry has made another deal, and this time he lands a center fielder. New Mariner GM Jerry DePoto continues to make moves in the offseason, acquiring Texas Ranger outfielder Leonis Martin and right-handed pitcher Anthony Bass. The M's give up reliever Tom Wilhelmsen, outfielder James Jones, and a player to be named later. Martins is the centerpiece of the trade for the Mariners, adding help in the outfield with an everyday center fielder. At 27, Martins is considered one of the best defensive center fielders in the game. Martin has plus speed, but has struggled at the plate. DePoto hopes Martin's offensive woes were primarily from a broken bone he suffered in his right hand last season. Bass is a versatile reliever, having already appeared in 129 big league games. Bass posted a 4.5 ERA last season with Texas, striking out 45 batters in 64 innings. We'll be back after this short break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
The Dodge brothers' competitive spirit and engineering prowess started long before they built their first car, and will continue long after their latest, the most technologically advanced vehicle in its class.
Our spotlight story tonight is about Ephrata's High School's annual cabaret, which continues on Friday and Saturday night. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
The
2015 edition of the Ephrata High School Cabaret kicked off this past weekend in front of a crowded house at the Ephrata Performing Arts Center. The theme of this year's cabaret is the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour, and the 3-hour show combines the vocal, musical, and stage talents of many Ephrata High School students.
3, 2, 1. Edward! Are you messing with me? You just messing with me? Either you playing some messed up game or you straight up inside my head.
Senior Sean Bowie has been part of the cabaret for the past 3 years and is one of the MCs, a role he's always wanted to do.
My first time ever attending cabaret was my freshman year, and that's the first time I ever even heard about it. And I think I just sang a song on my guitar that year. But from then on, I started like hearing about the MCs. Like I saw them my first year. I was like, oh my gosh, like they're so funny. Like I want to be a part of that. So that's when I started becoming an MC my sophomore year. And from then on, we've created skits, and we just sit down together and just talk it out. And like we all put in suggestions and stuff. And it's like the process of like a couple months, and then we just all like find these puzzle pieces and we just like fit them together to make up the whole show. So it's pretty cool.
For the performers, being on stage is a test of both their talents and nerves. Junior Jessica Baer pulls double duty as a singer and as part of the tech crew, and she said some of the hardest work is done by the students who are outside the limelight.
Backstage, it's incredibly difficult during the show because you have to make adjustments the entire way through. If something goes wrong, we have 5 ways to fix it. Especially backstage, because the curtains stick all the time. We've got 5 people with different things to just go, and we are constantly running around trying to make it the best show possible, make sure that people aren't just sitting there wondering what's going on. We want to make it go and make it smooth.
You will get through this, Maya. You'll find a new direction. I love you.
Senior Meredith Plagerman followed her brother's footsteps in joining the cabaret and said she's not ready to see her 4 years on stage come to an end, but she appreciates the show's uniqueness.
I don't want to think about that. I have a feeling I'm going to cry. It's just the past 4 years have been so much fun, and I'm not excited for it to be over. It's an amazing opportunity. I know when you just like try to explain cabaret to other schools, like, hey, you guys should come or something, they don't even understand. It's definitely something that's not around, but I think it really helps. You get experience and background knowledge of how performing and the theater works. So it's an amazing opportunity that a lot of people should take advantage of.
The 2015 Ephrata High School Cabaret finishes its run with shows on Friday and Saturday night at 7 p.m. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Welcome back. People can support the Ephrata and Soap Lake food banks on Saturday during Columbia Basin Hospital's Turkey Drive. The Apple Cup Turkey Drive is from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Ephrata Safeway. People supporting the food banks can place their food donations in baskets decorated for the Washington State University Cougars and the University of Washington Huskies. According to hospital staff, all donations go toward the Ephrata and Soap Lake food banks. The annual Apple Cup football game between the Cougars and the Huskies is set for 12:30 p.m. on November 27th in Seattle. People can also support the Ephrata Food Bank on Thursday at the annual Turkey Trot at Ephrata High School. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
The community is invited to take part in the 2015 Ephrata Turkey Trot as it returns to Ephrata High School on Thursday. The event is sponsored by the group Your Ephrata Schools Working on Wellness and benefits the Ephrata Food Bank. Participants are asked to bring non-perishable food or monetary donations to the food bank, and they can then walk around the track for a chance to win a free turkey. Food bank manager Mike Donovan said the trot is one of the highlights of the early holiday season.
Oh, this is a wonderful event for us. We do it twice a year here. We have the turkey trot we do on Thanksgiving, and then the tax trot we do in April, and that's income tax time around the 15th. And usually it's cold up here for turkey trot, and the wind's blowing for the other one. It's colder than a wedge, but it's fun. People have a lot of fun. The kids have a lot of fun. They go round and round, and they give turkeys, and it's a great deal. Everybody has fun. Everybody wins. They get healthy. We get some food for the food bank. Our dog gets to play outside, so it's wonderful.
Light beverages and snacks will be provided, and the trot gets underway at 3:30 p.m. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
A Seattle man allegedly stopped his vehicle in a left turn lane for the Moses Lake Police, then tried to flee. Moses Lake Police reported they stopped the vehicle late Saturday night on Broadway Avenue because the driver did not have the headlights on and was speeding. According to Captain Dave Sands, the driver began stopping the vehicle in the left turn lane as officers told the driver to pull over to the right. The driver reportedly started the vehicle moving again and tried to outrun police. Police followed the suspect for about a mile when the driver reportedly stopped on West Broadway Avenue. Juan Barahona Armez, a 30-year-old Seattle resident, was arrested for DUI and attempting to elude pursuing police vehicle. In Northwest News, a developer in Oregon is warning neighbors in one community about the stench as thousands of decomposing sheep are cleared away for a new hotel and community complex. For CNN, Carrie Tomlinson has a story.
We're standing on top of the sheep pit.
Thousands of sheep bodies.
It doesn't smell yet.
Piled together under a layer of dirt and blackberries.
I think it's going to have the consistency of a very thick pudding.
This is the old Bissinger Wool Pullery in Troutdale. It opened not long after World War I and put up the iconic Troutdale Water Tower in the 30s.
A really old building.
Matt Wand works with East Winds Development. He says his grandfather toiled here in the 20s. Even then, it had a strong smell as workers salvaged wool from dead sheep.
I can only imagine with decomposing carcasses being transported here from the field that by the time they arrived, they would have been pretty ripe.
What happened to all the bodies?
This being the 20s, at a manufacturing facility, you dump things in a big hole.
And that's where they stayed for decades. This field of green, a sheep graveyard.
My first thought was, but it's been buried. Surely it's turned into soil by now.
But he says testing shows the animals did not decompose normally, but instead turned into a thick, stinky goo.
I suspect it will smell like decomposition.
He says the company will dig when it's raining to keep the smell down, dig only in small amounts at a time, use special foam to spray the goo, and haul the sludge away in covered trucks to try to make this cleanup as odor-free as possible.
It begins with a little bit of uncertainty and an odor, and it'll end with something really wonderful.
Carrie Tomlinson, K2 News.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.